To those who inspired my service and continue to do so.
Saying thank you to all of you seems inadequate after all the love and support each of you have given to me over the last 18 and a half years.
Initially, you tried to talk me out of joining the Air Force, but once you realized that was not going to be effective, you threw your whole support behind me.
I just wanted to take a few moments to thank you. You probably don't realize how much it meant at the time, but during the time that I was in the Navy, you wrote me more than anybody else. When the mail was being passed out, I waited expectantly because I knew that you had probably written me again. The words of encouragement and affirmation you wrote were a constant reminder of why I was doing what I was doing.
Dear Mom, where to start with my letter of thanks to you? You raised me to believe I could do and be anything I wanted to do or be.
I know the pain you must have felt when I made the decision to enlist in the Army, but you never wavered or showed despair. You voiced concerns about the possibilities of what if and asked me a lot if I was sure about what I was doing.
I cherish every time you say you are proud of me and my military career, and every time you brag to your friends about my military service and accomplishments.
To my dad, Master Sergeant Alvin Schroeder, United States Air Force, a veteran of the Cold War. I grew up thinking that everyone was part of a military household, that every kid got to sit in the cockpit of an F-100 when they went to work with Dad, and that everyone would have crew members of the Blue Angels come to their house whenever they were in town. Your idea of patriotism was perhaps a little less flashy than that of others, largely limited to making sure the flag was hung out on the front porch on every patriotic holiday. But you instilled in me a sense of service.
You were there for my children when I missed Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Day, serving this nation at home and overseas over the 24 years of my serving in the military.
To the boys, I'm sorry I missed the opportunity to watch you grow up in so many ways. All the firsts that I didn't get to be a part of, all the times that you asked me not to go, but I had to anyways. All the times you asked me to be there and I could not be there for you. I know you are all too young to understand why I was gone, and I pray to God every day that you will grow up knowing that it was because of you that I chose to stand up, step up, and to try and make a difference in the world.
I had family at home, I had friends at home, and they all deserved for those of us that are able and willing to sacrifice a portion of what we have. Our sacrifice was and is so that you, our families, and our friends and future generations could continue to live in what I still consider to be the greatest country in the world.
Next, I want to thank my dear sweet husband, Danny. Danny, you have been there all 18 and a half years of this career without fail. You supported and loved me during my best days and my worst days. How do I thank you, a man that up and quit his job after 14 years to travel around the country as a house husband?
To my son, Captain Kyle Schroeder, United States Air Force, currently deployed in the Middle East. You are the reason I continue to serve today.
Your letters, no matter how insignificant you might have imagined, were a constant true north for my compass. Thank you for taking the time. Love, Dale.
Thank you for always supporting me and loving me, and even when I didn't always appreciate you, you're the best. Sincerely, your son, Jamie.
Thank you for all the sacrifices that you made in order for my service to be as successful as it was. I can never fully repay you for the things that you had to endure during those times. I love you all so much.
While others focus on the military sacrifices made by my comrades and myself, I focus on your sacrifice for me. You are my hero. You served our great nation as loyally and vigilantly as I ever have. You raised a God-fearing patriot. Love always, Jamie.
There are absolutely a ton of others that have helped me along the way, and I would love to thank them all personally, but there are just too many. This long list includes many friends, fellow soldiers, my church family, co-workers, and my employer, Covenant Health. It is true that it takes a village, and I adore my village and thank God daily for putting each and every one of you in my path.
Thank you all for your contributions to this great nation. You were, and you are, the examples of selflessness to which I aspire.